That could have something to do with his lack of form. Podkopayeva, the vault. Oh, pity. She had a lovely fly out of the 1.5 into the twist. That really had far more rotation than she suspected. She could have even flown into the twist earlier there. The opening, anticipating the landing by bringing the feet under her hips, causing the step back. It could be, now that she's developed the feel, that she could produce a really super second vault. 2 vaults, the average of the two. They are entitled to do the same vault twice, or they can do different vaults. 9.625. That was a healthy score on the first vault, considering the landing, because she had a foot penalty and a change in shape causing the foot penalty. From the Ukraine, was in Birmingham in the World Championships last year. She's a bit more beefy since then, put on a bit of weight. Yes, yes, she really did. Good brain, good kinesthetic awareness, knew exactly what she had to do to alter that timing on the landing. And stocky little gymnast, good power on vault. And from this overhead angle in this slow-mo, we should see the length. Good length, very good length indeed. Longer than her body away from the horse. Nice thrust. In slow motion, we saw that she still was a little bit under-rotated, but by far the better vault of the two. But of course they're average, so her first will count against her.
And that's good enough to put her into second position, 9.668. That's just ahead of the Russian who jumped before her. Lilia Podkopayeva goes second, and here's the girl that we've all been waiting to see. And Monica, she looks a little beefier, a little stronger, but let's see if the temperament and the mind is a little more settled and mature than we saw in the Worlds a year ago.
Difficult vault. Well, even though she was very light in 93 and very exciting, she did have some very bad technical faults, but because of her size, they were disguised, the speed of her work. Now we see that really she hasn't matured and got out of those bad technical faults. Very bent arms on the top of the horse. I think that we would term that vault as tariff bashing, going for difficulty and not form. Hit and hoped, and she hit and missed.
Well, asymmetric bars is her favourite of all the apparatus, but she knows that if she's to compete in the all-around competition, she needs to have a good start to these World Championships, and 9.550, well, that is by virtue of the high tariff. With the second vault coming up, Dominique Dawes of the United States of America.
Yeah, that 9.55, I believe that was just too generous. 1.5 twists. That was better, but the first one had such bent arms, bent legs all the way over, totally over-rotated. She ran on the landing, and I really do think 9.55 was generous. That was a much better vault, the second one. There's the Arab Spring, the Yurchenko entry, bent arms again, but better twist, but still so badly judged. She had to take a huge step at the end. And really, we're talking about a gymnast of world-class caliber, and the landing is badly judged. Only just scraping more marks, 9.575.
And seventh position for Dominique Dawes there, with a lot of talented and established gymnasts to come. She'll be lucky to qualify to the final in the vault, but she'll look forward to her chance in the asymmetric bars, as we said earlier, Dominique's most favoured event. And also we will now, even more keenly than before, await to see Shannon Miller, to see if she can perform just a little better than her teammate Dominique, to give us a form indication of the American squad.
I think it could be that Shannon will hang on to her form better because she's a lighter physique. Potentially she's not going to be so large, and she was always tighter than Dominique. So here, the bars being prepared with just the right amount of chalk and water. Notice that some gymnasts work with hand guards and some without. And all coaches recommend the use of hand guards, but at the end of the day, you can drive a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can't make them wear guards. And then when they do rip in training, well, what do we say? Told you so. Just cuts down a couple of days' training.
So working away to prepare the A-bars for her first performance is Ferrazzi of Italy.
Giving the bars a mean look there. Full twist in the giant. Line change. Vernon hop over. Oh, nice. Back somersault. Nice flight element, different. Another full twist. Nice combination there. The full twist into the Kachev. Of course, the Kachev coming from the men's high bar work. And a big dismount. Full twisting double back, but unfortunately, it really isn't worth doing if you fall off the landing mat. And I don't mean to be cruel, but this is the name of the game. The losses are so great on the landings that sometimes they're not worth doing. But of course, every gymnast has his or her personal reasons for using an element. If she's in here for experience, then the coach will say, right, throw the big dismount. Doesn't matter, you're only in here for experience. You don't stand a chance of getting into the medals. Let's see how you cope with it on the big day.
Well, I don't think Miss Ferrazzi can be faulted for her determination. She really did psych herself up right from the beginning and even right to the end there. That look of determination upon the young 17-year-old's face. And a very gutsy and tough performer, I feel there, Monica. Not an easy one to coach, probably.
Probably not, but I wouldn't mind a few of her in my gym. Big dismount, but in slow motion we actually saw she had a hand touch. She put her hand on the floor, so she'll have a bad landing penalty. Kosuge from Japan, having done her first vault 9.262, must have been a bit of a catastrophe to go down that low. But Marie never was a particularly strong vaulter. And she's quite hefty and needs lots of power to be able to use that weight. Full twisting Yurchenko.
And again we see slow motion.
Yeah, the first must have been a mistake. 9.8 tariff for the full twisting Yurchenko. And it only seems like yesterday that Natalia Yurchenko performed that vault for the first time, 1983. That's when it was, and now so many gymnasts throughout the world are able to do the vault so competently.
Ferrazzi of Italy waits patiently for her score from the judges for her routine on the asymmetric bars. Finally, we see a little smile. The coach has finally broken the ice there, and she'll have learned a lot from this.
Yeah, she looks a very hungry gymnast. 9.312.
For kosuge of Japan.